Hey folks, it's Dan Gage back March 2011 with a brand new beginner video. I've been out of the video making game for a little bit last year. 2010 was very crazy for me. I hope to make more in 2011. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I do read the emails and I love communicating with you guys from all over the world. It's really awesome. We're pushing 7,000 subscribers. It's just crazy. So I apologize for my absence, but here's one. You know, I've been keeping up with the emails, and some of the same questions come up and up and up. So those of you that are more advanced, you know, maybe this isn't the video for you, but those of you that keep asking the question, which is, I got a harmonica and it's in a different key, right? And I made a video about key and some basics of key, and I think you should watch that as well. But this one is, the idea behind this one is to take that very beginning, the very first things that I showed you in my beginner harmonica lesson, and do the same things in 7 different keys. That's why we're going to call this, I don't know, Harmonica Lesson for Beginners, 7 most common keys. If you look, when you go shopping for harmonicas on some of these websites, like Coast to Coast Music, or there's others, but Coast to Coast is my favorite, you'll notice that sometimes they'll sell these 7 key packs. And that's because those 7 keys tend to be played more frequently. It's the more common keys in music. Oh, look, yep, got cats too since last year. It's one of our cats is, you know, in the back of the screen, but we're gonna keep going. Okay, so I recommend starting, and this comes up a lot, you know, what key should I get first? And I recommend starting with the key of C. You don't have to. None of these are rules. If you get a D harp or if you get an E harp, I'll show you why it doesn't really matter. But I recommend C because more people teach basic stuff in the key of C. Like a classic book, John Gindick's, you know, Rock and Blues Harmonica, or Harmonica for the Musically Hopeless. Those two start off with a C. Even David Barrett, who makes an awesome lesson series. You guys write this down, look these guys up. David Barrett's got an amazing. They start with a C harp, and it's in the middle of the range. More of the models, the lower end models, tend to come in just C, like the Hohner Pocket Pal only comes in C. So it's more common, it just makes it a bigger audience, that's all. And a lot of blues is played using C harps too, so you can't really lose. Okay, so start with C, go back and watch my harmonica lesson for beginners. And what I show you is some very, very basics of second position blues harmonica playing. We started back with that harmonica lesson for beginners video with a couple very basics, like hold the harmonica in your left hand with the numbers facing up. Use your other hand for sound effects. You know, stuff like that. But what I want to focus on today is a couple of those licks and show you why it doesn't matter what key you play in, because the patterns are the same relative to the harmonica. So what I'm going to go back to is John Gindick's famous up and down blues lick and his good morning lick was what he called them when I learned the very basics. And I hear this in some of your guys playing when I watch your videos. Yeah, I do check you out. Okay, so 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. And then you do it backwards. Okay, hear that? The up and down blues lick. The other one is the good morning lick that John Gindick called, and that's 1 draw, 2 blow, 2 draw. And you can do a little boogie there. Okay, so we don't make this a 20-minute video, or maybe it will be, who cares, right? It's been 4, 5, 6 months, who knows? The second harmonica that I recommend, in order of purchase, and there's no rules, guys, if you got, but I want to cover all 7. So the second one that I recommend is an A harp. Harmonica, diatonic harmonica in the key of A. See that? Okay, this is an A harmonica. It's a Hohner crossover, and one of my new favorite harmonicas. We'll talk about that in one of the videos I'm planning and scheming. But let's do those 2 licks. Again, the up and down blues lick, and I'll show you. It's the same pattern of what you breathe and where you move, but the notes have changed, but they're the same. It's the same lick. It's the same music. So the struggle is like playing along, right? So if there's a lesson and it's a C harp and they give you the tab, as long as you don't listen, which, you know, it's true, or if you can, you know, separate it for yourself, you can play that same pattern and get the same lesson out of it, regardless of what key you have, you know, if they tell you the tab. So 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. So 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. Very easy pattern, right? Back to the C harp. It's the same, it's just the harmonica changes key for you. Easy, right? Okay, so I recommend an A harp. There's a lot of blues played in E. A harp second position over E is super common, and I like it as a second harmonica. It will, if you've been playing a C harp for a while, it'll sound different, it'll feel different, and that's why I always recommend practicing in different keys so you get used to it. It feels different. An A harp is going to take a little more air pressure, be a little more difficult to bend maybe for some of you, but that's why if you're going to, you know, get into this, you sort of have to learn to do it on either. So then the good morning lick. 1 draw, 2 blow, 2 draw. And you can always play the root, right? So now we're playing E, playing music in E with our A harp. You can always just play a nice big fat chord. Blues in E on an A harp, okay? Third harmonica I recommend. And this is where it gets a little shaky because it really starts to not matter in my opinion. You know, it may depend on the music that you're listening to. It may depend on a guitar player or you as a guitar player who you want to play along with. So take this list for what it's worth, a general guide, but the key we're trying to get is that these basic patterns and the basic lessons apply regardless of key. D, here's my crossover in D. Well, the cat food just dropped. And the cat left. All right, harmonica in D. So now we're playing blues second position over the key of A. So the music's in A, we're playing a D harmonica, same pattern. So up and down the lick. 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. Okay, and then the good morning lick. 1 draw, 2 blow, 2 draw. Okay, D harmonica. So band's in A, second position, pull out our D harp. Boom, those basic licks. So now you guys can play along. Fourth harmonica, I like the G harp. It sends you into the low range. This is the lowest naturally tuned harmonica. They make lower ones, special lower editions, but in terms of like your basic 12 keys, this one's gonna be the lowest, and it's your G harp. I can't even tell. Ooh, it's upside down? I don't know. You can see I'm keep looking at it. It's been a while, guys, since I made a video, so cut me some slack, all right? G harp. Oh, it's got such a great low sound. It's so much fun to have a G harp, I think, because you can... Oh, the G harp sounds so good. But so if you happen to have a G harp, you'd be playing over second position over blues in D, and the up and down blues lick sounds like this. Okay, and the good morning lick sounds like this. Again, 1 draw, 2 blow, 2 draw. Okay, next harmonica. I love B flat, and it comes up very commonly. Blues in F, second position, B flat. I love B flat. I know you guys that are non-musical, oh, flats and sharps, what a big deal. Well, B flat's right in the middle between A and C. it's used very commonly in blues, second position over F, and it's awesome. So here's what the B flat harmonica sounds like, doing that very basic lick. 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. And then the good morning lick. Get it? B flat. So you'd be playing over F, B flat. It's I think the fifth or maybe even the third. Once you get past the first one, all bets are off. The next one, E harmonica, one of the more high-pitched harmonicas. Doesn't come up that often, but Blues Traveler Runaround. Yeah, it's not Runaround. That's a C harp. Blues Traveler, but anyway, the first album, first song, it's a E harp. Same thing with Johnny Be Good. If anybody, that was played in B, and an E harp is what you'd use to play over that. So E harp. And then the good morning lick. You'll find that the higher pitched harps like E and F, D, E, and F are going to be a little easier to play, but they require a little more subtlety. You can't breathe this hard because you might, well, blow them out or play to the point where the reeds choke. So lower key harps, you're going to need a little more air. Higher key harps, you're going to need a little less air, a little more finesse. If you're only going to practice with 3 harmonicas, I'd recommend a high, a medium, and a low. That way you can pretty much play anything in your kit when you get to that point. So you see I'm playing the same music, I'm playing the same patterns and the same relative things, but the key is changing when I change the key of the harmonica. So if something's tabbed, you can just play, just don't listen because you won't match it up, but you can play the same tab and you can play in any key. Okay. Last one of the 7, last but not least, the F harmonica. I prefer a low F. They make an octave tune down low F harmonica, but the F is very high pitched, very squeaky. Please use sparingly. You'd play over C, blues in C. 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. And then the good morning lick. So let's do a couple scales to add a little bit more substance to this video. For your C harmonica, first position in C, the major scale, sort of the, we'll do the very basic major scale. 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw, 6 blow, 6 draw, 7 draw, 7 blow. So it's an in and out pattern that repeats. We talked about this in one of the, some video. It's been so long, right? C major scale, C harmonica. And there's also some great videos by Jason Ritchie about the major scales, so go check those out if you want to dig deeper. But C harmonica. G blues scale, C harmonica. A major scale on an A harmonica. Speaking of scales, check out David Barrett's book lesson series, Masterclass, harmonicamasterclass.com, David Barrett. He does great books where he shows you all kinds of scales, so I recommend you check those out. E blues scale, A harmonica. D major scale, D harmonica. A blues scale, D harmonica. G major scale, G harmonica. D blues scale, G harmonica. B flat major scale, B flat harmonica. F blues scale, B flat harmonica. E major scale, E harmonica. B blues scale, E harmonica. F major scale, F harmonica. C blues scale, F harmonica. Okay, so we've done some licks, we've done some scales. Hopefully you guys get the point about changing keys isn't that big a deal. If you happen to have any one of these 7 harps, hopefully now you can get some of the basics that weren't covered with just a C harp in my beginner's video. I've got a G harp in my hand. I've got my cat Slim, say hello Slim, in the background. I'm in the stairwell of my new house. It sounds awesome. So as usual, I'm just going to entertain myself for 10 seconds. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Keep writing. I have plenty of time to write emails. I just don't have that much time to write videos. It's great to interact with all of you guys, and thank you all for watching.